Hello, welcome to the 11th episode of All Sports Talk. I'm Patrick Gary.
I'm Cospito.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NFL changing numbers, teams not going to their voluntary workouts, Julian Edelman retiring, James Conner going to the Arizona Cardinals, Mets Marlins Conforto walk-off, Baltimore Orioles manager getting ejected, Jamal Murray injured, and the NHL trade deadline. So first off, the NFL said quarterbacks, punters, and kickers can wear numbers 1 through 19. Running backs can wear numbers 1 through 49, 80 through 89. Defensive backs can wear 1 through 49. Linebackers can wear 1 through 59 and 90 through 99. Offensive linemen can wear 50 through 79. And defensive linemen can wear 50 through 79 and 99 through 99. I think this is a very cool rule because as we see in college, players like Christian McCaffrey, I think he wore number 5. I know Jabril Peppers wore 5 in college, so I mean you get to see them wear their college numbers again.
It's cool. I guess you get the player satisfaction out of it, and players like certain numbers, and with the NFL restricting it, I guess that's no longer a thing. So it's pretty good for the players, I guess. The only downside is that a bunch of fans are going to be like, "Oh, I want our jerseys," but it doesn't really matter about that. That applies by new ones anyway. Either way, it's a cool thing. It's a cool little thing to help. The players' happiness.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I want to see some players wear single digits.
Yeah.
I know Stephon Diggs said he's not changing his number because of the
Yeah,
fans
the
paid their
fans. Yeah.
money for it,
Yep.
which is nice.
Yeah. I'm
But
sure that a few people are going to do that unless they switch teams.
yeah,
Then it's fair game.
I mean it's just going to be cool to see on the
Yeah,
field.
of course. Yeah.
Now with the NFL, James Conner going to the Arizona Cardinals. This was an odd pickup, I think. I thought he was going to stay with the Steelers, but it's a solid pickup for the Arizona Cardinals. I know he hasn't been that good the past couple of years, but I think it was 2017. He was very
Around
good.
then, yeah.
He was very good, so I think he could come back to his 2017 self with a new scenery. And that Cardinals offense is very good with Hopkins now, Hopkins being there, and Kyler Murray.
Yeah, of course. Now since they lost Kenyon Drake and obviously David Johnson's gone, you kind of wanted like a primary number one running back, and that's gonna. It's not like a great running back like James Conner. He's not the absolute best, but he's definitely serviceable. Like he'll definitely get you yards when you need him. But the problem is his consistency is not the best. He is quite inconsistent. I feel at times, like you said back a few years ago, he was very good. So I think he does still show that every now and then, but I feel like it's not as much as he normally does, as much as he normally should, I should say. When he can definitely pull it off, he just has to find his moments.
Yeah, and now Julian Edelman retiring. I saw a lot of stuff on social media saying, is he a Hall of Famer? Yes or no. People saying yes, people saying no. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
No.
He had a great story. Obviously, I don't think he didn't
Yeah.
really get recruited, and then he won the Super Bowl MVP. But I don't think he has enough
Yeah.
statistics to make it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Like if people like Heinz Ward don't make it, then I don't think that he can make it realistically. Like if you remove his hypothetically, if we removed his playoff stats, right? There's nothing really. He's just another average receiver, right?
Yeah,
Like no one really says anything about him if he didn't have all his playoff stats. All the arguments are Super Bowls, playoffs, all that kind of stuff. Without that, it's really nothing that he has left. But I'm not trying. But of course, he still had a great career. That he was a very good receiver for basically his entire career. Like I think that going straight away to the Hall of Fame debate is really like I don't think it's a good idea because that just like makes it seem like he didn't have a good career. But he definitely did, Like everyone on social media and everywhere is just jumping straight to that, which I understand, but I think that you still have to give him credit for having such a great career.
yeah, he had a good career, but he wasn't a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, definitely not. No. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer at all. Like I know I'm a Jets fan and all, but still, he was and he burnt the Jets, so Jesus Christmas. But still, I mean, hell, I don't think he's like he's definitely, I don't think he's Hall of Fame caliber, but he was definitely like one of the better receivers in the NFL.
Yeah. And now teams are not reporting for their spring workouts.
Yeah, the voluntary workouts.
Voluntary workouts.
So basically, there's some voluntary workouts, and 3 teams as of right now, the Buccaneers, the Broncos, and the Seahawks are not holding voluntary spring workouts. So basically, what this means is that like all the younger players really are not getting like the experience, and they're not having their coaches watch them. They're not having them play with their teammates. So they're not building the chemistry. Basically, this means that the veterans are happy because their jobs are not in danger near as much as they should be. Like the what's it called? The If there's like a young wide receiver, then excuse me, he's not gonna have the, let's say, the same chance as he normally would to get the step ahead against an older player.
I mean, like all these players are working out
Definitely, yeah.
with some of their teammates. Like I
Yeah.
guess like it just kind of hurts the chemistry, but I feel like they're gonna be fine with
Yeah,
chemistry
that'll
come
be
preseason.
fine. Yeah, definitely be fine. They just want to have like the coaches there, like help them, that kind of stuff, and the coaches to really evaluate like what they do. Like they'll be able to do it through film, but like not they won't be able to do it in real time and try and help them adjust at the moment. That's really it. It's really just for like the younger guys to try and adjust and get a little bit better and like clean up their like you know maybe like a few like route things and that kind of stuff, and just like techniques really.
Yeah. I really feel like it's not gonna like affect the players that much.
Yeah, probably not. It'll like maybe there'll be like a few players, like the younger guys, like I said, that won't get the starting nod above like older player. But still, in time throughout the season, that'll probably happen.
Yeah. Now in MLB news, the Orioles manager got ejected on a very odd play. I saw a breakdown on John Boy Media. If you haven't watched it, I think you should go over to John Boy and watch it. He does very good breakdowns. So basically, what happened? The guy on the Orioles did kind of a check swing, and it didn't look like he went all the way around, and he got hit on the pitch. And I guess the called it a strike. He did like a very he didn't go like safe or out. He just kind of like pointed. It was very odd what was going on, and I guess it was called a strike. And the Orioles manager asked like, "How is that a strike?" And then he just got ejected. And then he came out, was like, "Why the f did you eject me? I was just asking you. That's effing BS." I don't want to curse on that show, but yeah, he was just cursing and was very mad. Thought it was very. I thought it was very odd watching it. I don't think he should have gotten ejected. But if he swung, then obviously it's a strike. And if he didn't swing, he should have gone first base.
I mean, yeah, I mean, some umpires are so short tempered that like they think that they are the above the like. I don't even know what the hell to think of some umpires are just stupid and they're just too short of tempers.
Joe West. Sorry, I coughed there. I meant to say Joe West. Not a good
Yeah.
umpire.
I mean, like, yeah, some people will just, decide that when they get questioned immediately, they just like immediately think to throw someone out. I think it's stupid, but
Now with
uh,
another now with another bing bing play like that on a hit by pitch in the Mets Marlins game, Michael Conforto Michael Conforto was up with the bases loaded on what looked like a called third strike, ended up being a hit by pitch. Now the rule is you can't review if a player leaned into it, but you can review if he swung at the pitch or if he did get hit. He did not swing, and I guess he did get hit. It looked like he leaned into it. I'm a Mets fan. I'll be biased here. I'll say he didn't lean into it, but it looked like he leans into it.
he
He
definitely ended
he
that
he
one.
did lean into it,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
but
making sure.
I mean, at the time there's one out. Would have been two outs if it was called a third strike. The Marlins were very mad at the game, like they should be. I
Yeah,
would
of course.
I would be too if I was on the Marlins. The Mets were celebrating as they should be that they just won. But even if it was a called third strike, I still think the Mets would have won that game. with Alonso coming up, I I think
Yeah.
we're gonna win that game, or we would have won it in extra innings.
I mean, yeah, who knows? That's all hypothetical BS. But yeah, I mean, that was just such a dumb thing to watch, honestly. Like that was painfully obvious that he like leaned into that. I don't know how that didn't catch that,
Yeah,
but what you gonna do, right?
yeah.
I
Another
mean,
break.
like literally, you can't challenge it. So what are you gonna do?
I feel like you gotta change the rule for that. Like if it was
It's such
so
like a
blatant,
niche thing, though. That's the only thing.
it was very blatant. It looked on one camera angle, it looked very blatant that he
Oh
leaned
yeah.
into it.
So
But in
yeah.
another camera angle, it looks like he got fooled. So like, I mean, it should definitely be reviewable. That play.
Yeah, it's a niche thing to be reviewable, but I don't understand why some things are reviewable and some things aren't. I mean, it doesn't really make sense in my opinion, but you know what? Have
I,
at
I,
it, man.
I mean, I think everything should be reviewable.
Yeah, I know.
We got the technology. Everything should be reviewable.
Yeah, exactly. But they didn't just put what's it called. They didn't just make the replayable things like a thing for no real reason. There's a reason for everything to be reviewed if there is something that gets called incorrectly. Just like the NFL pass interference, they should not have been. If they made it reviewable. Now it's non-reviewable. It's literally just to save the referees because they just do stupid shit all the time, and if there's no one, if there's like, oh, you can't challenge this anymore, then no one can get mad at the refs really because you can't be like, oh, challenge it, And
Yeah,
if they see it's wrong, you can't be like, oh yeah, this umpire has called 13 things wrong. Like you can't call that anymore. Like, you can't say that anymore.
yeah, I know. And with the challenge in baseball, I think if you win the challenge, you should keep your challenge. Like you
Yeah, of
don't lose it.
course. Yeah,
And
exactly.
same thing with the NFL.
Yeah, and that's not how it goes. I think in NFL.
You get two challenges,
And then if you get, I
and
think if you get two right, then you get a third one, right? Or something like that. I
I'm not
forget how it goes.
sure.
Either way, I think that you can keep a challenge somehow. I forget.
Yeah,
Either way, some I they shouldn't just restrict what's it called? They should not be restricting things that you kind of can't review because umpires mess up on literally everything.
yeah. Did you hear about that ref in the Blackhawks game? I think it was last
Yeah.
week. He called a call. I think it was on the Sabres. I might be wrong with the teams here. And he's like, he was mic'd up, and he said, "Oh, we need to call a foul on the
Yes.
Blackhawks
Yes. Yes.
to make
Yes.
it
Yes.
equal." And then he got fired. I'm like, you can't say that, and you can't think that
You can't.
because there's bias in the game. And
Yeah.
as a ref, you can't be biased.
Yeah.
Like
You
it
can't be
was just,
saying that as well. You know you're mic'd up, dude.
yeah,
People have mics all over the place.
yeah, it's
You
gonna
know.
get picked up, and
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's gonna get picked up somewhere.
and he just, I mean,
Like
you
Texter.
can't
I
be
don't know, man. Like Texter.
like, and you can't be biased as a
Yeah, of
ref
course. Yeah.
because then you're favoriting one team to the other instead of another. When
Yeah.
like the Sabres, they're bad. I think the Blackhawks are good. Like then it looks like you want the Sabres to win the game. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's awful.
Yeah. The Sabres are absolutely horrendous this year.
You know. On the topic of NHL, the NHL trade deadline just happened. Here are some of the trades. First one between the Washington Capitals and the Detroit Red Wings. The Capitals got Anthony Mathana, and the Red Wings got Jacob Vrana, Richard Panik, a 2020 first round pick, and a 2020 second round pick. I mean, this was a good trade, I guess, for both teams. Capitals, they got a forward, helped them out. Red Wings got a couple picks for their future.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Capitals is kind of like win now mode because I like last year that I think one year or two ago, a few years ago, I forget. Either way, they're in win now mode. They're trying to win as much as possible before Ovechkin retires. I'm pretty sure he might be on the last year of his deal, either this year or next year. So, with that being said, Alexander Ovechkin's already old as it comes. I know he could probably play longer, but they really, with him slightly, I think he's slightly decreasing, not too badly. It's like very small angle. He's still father time. That's all it really is. And getting a very good forward to try and help them with goal scoring and just in general really just help them make the push and try and win the Stanley Cup.
They got another forward in a trade with the Philadelphia Flyers. odd trade because it is in division. But they got another forward, Michael Rafai, and they gave up a fifth round pick. So I mean, like you
Same
said,
explanations.
yeah, like you
Same
said,
explanation,
yeah,
man. Win now, man. They're trying to win
exactly.
as much as possible as soon as possible.
The Vancouver Canucks receiving Madison Bowie and a fifth round pick from the Blackhawks for a 2021 fourth round pick. I mean, Canucks, they got a fifth round pick and they got a player, so I guess they won the trade. I mean, like, I'm not a big hockey guy, but
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
and Blackhawks aren't the worst right now, but they're probably still they want to care for the future while also trying to win some games.
yeah.
Maybe make a push to the later at the bottom seed of the what's it called, playoffs. But like besides that, it's not bad. The Canucks trying to obviously make a slight push as well to get to like the middle seed, bottom seed playoffs.
Canucks making another splash, getting a 2021 sixth round pick for Jordy Ben. I guess the Winnipeg Jets won this trade because they got a player. Like I said, like I really don't know anything about hockey.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, me neither. But I'm
Yeah.
just going off kind of what I hear.
Like there are some other trades that happen, just like a couple players for like mid to late round draft picks.
Basically, yeah, they're just trying to get the spice up the team a little bit, get some new. Basically, a lot of these trades, because I know there aren't many like blockbuster deals, right? There are a lot of just like mid-round picks for players.
Yeah.
These teams are kind of just trying to solidify some like holes that they may have and try and make some kind of run or care for the future a little more. There's no real like big moves that's gonna like astronomically change the playoffs.
Now in NBA news, Jamal Murray is out with an ACL injury. Sucks to see him injured. Hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. A great point guard, shooting guard for the Denver Nuggets.
I mean, yeah. I mean, without him, they could not have made it nearly as far as they did in the playoffs last year. I mean, Jesus, he went absolutely bonkers in the playoffs. I mean, this is a really big blow, honestly. He's arguably their best player. Him and Joker, obviously, they're both great. I mean, without him, it's going to be a lot harder to win games. Simple as that. I mean, he is quite literally such a great scorer, and he enables this entire team from the guard position. And I think he's out for the season. So I mean, it's gonna be a lot harder for the Nuggets gonna make the playoffs. Even to make the playoffs, I mean, without that star scorer, they're gonna have a really tough time.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to win in the playoffs if, like you said, you don't have your star scorer. I know Joker, he's probably your star now, but like,
Yeah,
what
he's a
teams?
center, so
Yeah, what
it's
teams
gonna
did
be
against?
hard to have the 50, 60 point games.
Yeah, and teams would probably do what they did against the Bucks, just like double and triple team Giannis, which probably double triple team Joker now.
Yep.
A lot of injuries going on in the NBA. I think KD missed some time.
Yeah.
I think Kyrie just got hurt. Kyrie or Harden, one of the two got hurt. They're gonna be missing some time. So the Nets' big three, I don't think they played a lot of
Tough
games
scene.
together. I mean,
Yeah.
they're still probably the best team in the East.
Yeah. If they
Um,
stay healthy throughout the playoffs, they'll probably 100% be in the finals. If someone gets injured, then I mean, a team like maybe even the Heat could definitely be back in the finals again.
yeah, LeBron and AD, they're missing some time with injury. I mean, if those two are on the court together, I feel like they're going to be going to the finals
Finals
again.
again, yeah.
Yeah, and then LaMelo Ball, who's probably going to win Rookie of the Year, is out with another injury.
Yeah, he's not gonna
So,
survive like 3 weeks without basketball. I saw
right.
that you saw a video of him on the bench. He was like shaking, just
Yeah,
sitting there, and I'm like, dude, this guy's actually gonna go insane.
yeah. He's going to rush his recovery and try to play.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't, but
Same.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope he doesn't. Rather him be healthy.
Yep.
Now with some injury news, obviously you don't want to hear that, but this is good injury news because Luke Voigt, first baseman of the Yankees, is making progress. I heard he was hitting off tees. Should be coming back very soon for the New York Yankees. a team that needs hitting right now because I feel
Oh yeah,
they're in a slump.
absolutely
They're in a
abysmal.
slump right now. We were
Yeah,
talking about
it's
last episode.
yep.
But yeah, they need hitters, and Luke Voigt
Yeah,
could definitely help that lineup out. I think he
I
had
mean,
just
the
had going.
Yankees lineup has been so weird. They tried a new lineup today, trying DJ LeMahieu at first, and then Rafael Doder at second. Interesting to say at least. I mean, not Luke, what DJ LeMahieu can play quite literally anywhere in the infield. It doesn't matter where the hell he goes. And then just have to fit in your position players wherever they need to be. But yeah, either way, the Yankees cannot hit the ball. With a team that does not have the best pitching necessarily, they need to hit the ball. They aren't. It's really that simple. They should have more than 5 wins. They're losing these games, and it's like the one they lost the series a few years ago, 4-0. I mean, you gotta score runs, man. They really just have to score. We've we won a series against the Orioles. That's what happened. That's where most of our wins even come from.
I mean, like the Yankees, they're known for their lineup. They're the Bronx Bombers with Judge, Stanton, DJ. I think he had a like 20 something home runs 2 years ago, not in the 162 game season. Glaber, he hits like 20 something home runs. Gary, if he's hot, he's one of the best hitting catchers in baseball. And Luke Voigt, who hit like, I think he had like 20 something home runs last year. Like those guys, when they're all healthy and they're hitting the ball, the Yankees are the best team in baseball, regardless of their pitching. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, literally right now they're losing 6-0 to the Blue Jays. They're like the Blue Jays don't have any special pitching or staff. Like they're a good team, but Jesus,
outside of Reed, like they don't have a lot of good pitching,
6-0, man.
which I assume they're going to be going after at the deadline is pitching. We'll get into that later on in July. The deadline approaches.
Yep.
But I mean, the Yankees, they really got to start hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And also, I was kind of confused why they got Odor, just simply because, he really has not been that good recently.
I think it's just for like depth and to give some guys days off, that kind of stuff.
Uh,
Yeah, if you've seen him without a beard, it's so weird to look at him. Honestly,
I haven't.
don't.
I won't. I
No, it's all
won't.
good though. Now that's the Yankee way, Nothing you can do about it.
And
It's really not. It's really not that bad. It just looks different.
yeah, another team that can't hit, the New York Mets.
They never have that though.
Bro, the past two games, they were 0 for 18 with runners in scoring position. Last year, they had the worst average with runners on base, but they had the highest average as a team in the regular season. So they can hit the ball, but when someone gets on base, they forget how to play baseball. They don't know what they're doing. They're just like, I don't know. And like when DeGrom pitches, what are they doing out there? They literally look like a little league team. I was at the game with DeGrom pitching against the Marlins. I think 3 people got a hit. One of them being DeGrom. Opening day, DeGrom, he had 2 hits, an RBI, and a run. He's carrying this team by himself every 5th game. Give this guy some help. We got Lindor to help him out. Lindor finally got his first extra base hit today. I know we haven't played a lot, but he finally got a double today. Alonso, he's been cold. He's got to get going soon. Dom Smith, I mean, he's been good this year. Nimmo, he's been good this year. Michael Conforto has been so cold recently, and I hate on going on social media seeing that since they should not resign Conforto. It's stupid saying that because in the past since 2015 to 2020, he's been one of our best hitters on the lineup. And after 6 games, he's been cold. We want to get rid of him. Are you dumb? Like, what are you talking about? He's our best player. Like, just shut up. You're dumb. And McNeil, I mean, he's just been getting unlucky. He hits the ball hard, gets unlucky. And some more bad umping and bad reviewing. The Phillies Braves game had maybe the worst, I think, was it the ending? Or like, it was
The ending, yep.
it was the top, wait, let me restart that. It was the top of the ninth, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'll just say ending.
No, it was literally the ninth inning. It was bottom of the ninth.
It was bottom of the ninth?
Yeah, bottom
I
of the
was
ninth.
okay.
It's literally the end of the game. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it's bottom or top. Okay, I'm gonna restart. And some more bad umping and bad reviewing. In the last inning, the Phillies Braves game had a very close call where Alec Bohm did not touch home plate, was called safe. They went to the review, called him safe again, and still to this day, Alec Bohm has not touched home plate in Atlanta. I think John Boy Media does have a breakdown on that. So if he does, I recommend you watching that. He does a lot of breakdowns, like I said earlier. Very good. You should watch him.
I mean, yeah, that was absolutely fucking disgusting. Someone with no eyes could have called that play correctly. It is actually baffling how these referees, well, umpires, whatever the hell you want to call them, they get paid as a profession to mess up these calls. I don't understand. I cannot fathom missing that call. I mean, especially reviewing it in slow motion, frame for frame, 4K HD. They literally had him caught in 4K, not touching home. I'm not even a what was it? I
Braves
don't
fan.
even. I'm not even a Braves fan, dude. That was disgusting. If you couldn't see that, your eyeballs are burnt out of the sockets.
I'm a Mets fan. I don't like the Braves. I don't like the Phillies. The Braves are probably harder competition for us. But in the fairness of the game, you gotta call Alec Bohm out on that play, and the Braves should have won the game.
Yeah,
I mean,
easily.
I don't know what to say. It's bad umping. Like
Yeah.
we have the reviews for a reason, and if you can't get around the review, then what's the point of it?
Then why are you umping?
Exactly. Like it's. Do we need new umps? Because I don't want robot umps. Like I
Yeah, no,
mean, like
that's terrible.
that's like if you're strike zone, if you're a little wide on the strike zone, so be it. Okay, that's fine. If you miss a call on like first base, all right. If you miss a call at home plate on a game-ending play, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you have a no-hitter going and you call the guy out when he should be safe, that's fine. The guy has a no-hitter. If you call him safe when he should be out and he has a no-hitter, that's ridiculous now. Because you gotta keep the no-hitter going. Not trying to be
Yeah.
biased here. But the guy's clearly out though.
Oh yeah, at home
That
plate, he's out.
he was out at home. And I think it was Tigers Rose game I'm talking about with the no-hitter, the guy was out
That was terrible. I hated watching that.
and and then he was called safe. The
Yep.
pitcher had to tell the city to apologize to the umpire. And then with a no hitter on the guy being safe called out, I think we know what I'm referring to, Johan Santana.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was bad too.
but I don't care. It was a no hitter.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's fine. But I mean, on a big wing play at home plate, and you have their view, you got to make the right call. He was out. Anyone can tell you that. A 5-year-old
Yeah.
who doesn't know anything about baseball can tell you that. Literally,
Yeah.
anybody in America can tell you Alec Bohm did not touch home plate, and he was
Yeah.
out. Even
Yeah.
Alec
His foot
Bohm,
literally went right over the bag, like over the plate. I mean,
even Alec Bohm will tell you he didn't touch home plate.
probably, honestly.
NFL news: the Browns are signing Jadeveon Clowney to a one year contract. I think it was an odd signing because he wasn't that good last year, but when he was with the Seahawks, he was very good. I think him and Myles Garrett could be a very good defense with that secondary as well.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, last year they offered him a contract for like a few $1 million and he declined it, and now he's getting signed for like 10 million because he did absolutely disgraceful last year. And what's it called? In Tennessee, I don't think he recorded a single sack.
I mean, I still think the Ravens are going to win that division.
You know, edge rushing is definitely one of the most important parts of the game, obviously. So, I mean, if they can get to the quarterback, especially Lamar, I mean, and just like kind of contain him to playing not so well, then I mean that'll make those games against the Browns a lot easier, and there is a lot bigger of a chance of the Browns actually win that division.
And I mean, last year, the Browns Ravens game, that was one of the best games of the season
Oh yeah.
where Lamar had to go to the
Yeah.
bathroom and then came back. I that was a great game.
Oh yeah. Iconic game.
Bro,
Simply iconic.
I put that on. Trace McSorley comes in
Oh my
and he
god.
got hurt. I was so mad. Bro, I was so mad when he got hurt.
Yeah, that was so sad to watch, honestly.
Bro.
That was like the peak time of like the Chase McSorley memes as well. So like, you really love to see that one.
I liked him before those memes.
Oh,
You
I know, I
you
know.
know that too.
Yeah, I know.
And more NFL news: the Giants brought in Jason McCourty for a visit. He left without a contract. I thought this was very odd because we just signed Adore Jackson to be a cornerback, and they were also looking at Patrick Surtain in the draft, who could be the best cornerback on the Giants in a couple of years. I rather Surtain than McCourty, but if we don't get either, I mean, okay, we still have a very good defense and secondary.
Exactly. I mean, like if they want to bring in McCourty, then that wouldn't be like. Of course, it's not a bad thing because he's a well-established player, so it's not like he's going to do something. He's not going. He really won't harm you. He's not like a drama field player as well. He just, he's a good player. He's just that old aging. So this is really be a move if they wanted to win that division right now, and just solidify their defense. Then that's what they do. Then just bring in Jason McCourty. I know you could still win now with like someone like if you wanted to bring in Sertain or Horn, like at the in the draft, you could do that too. But like McCourty's more like a proven, you know what you're getting kind of deal.
Yeah, and if we get McCourty, I think it's going to be an edge rusher at 11. Maybe the guy from Georgia I'm hearing, or could he pay?
I think it should be. I think it might be an alignment at 11. That's what I think guys should do. If
Yeah, but
Slater's still available.
yeah, I don't know if Slater's going to be available. If he's available, obviously we should get him. But I mean, maybe Parsons at 11. But like, it really depends who's available.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, Now in baseball news, there are two no hitters. Carlos Rodon throwing a no hitter, almost a perfect game, but Perez got hit in the back foot. I mean, he couldn't really get out of it, which is a
Yeah,
shame. And then I think it was the next pitch after he almost hit the other guy with another slider.
yeah,
But I mean, he threw no hitter, which is amazing.
yeah,
So hats off to you.
yeah. Of course. Just hate to see it. Like obviously in hindsight, when you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, he could have moved. But like when you don't know what the hell's coming and the pitch is coming at like 80 miles per hour, you're not thinking of, oh shit, it's gonna hit me in the foot. It's not like it barely even hit him. That was like a very like specific spot.
Yeah, it was on the top of the foot.
Yeah, people like being like, oh, I should have moved. It's like, yeah, well, it's hard to know when it's gonna hit you or not.
Yeah.
Especially when it's coming at you at that speed.
Yeah. And also, what a play by Jose Abreu at
Oh
first
yeah,
base.
I thought he almost broke his leg or something like that, dude. That
Bro,
looked bad for a second.
you gotta keep the perfect game going no matter what.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it going.
Yeah,
No,
that was crazy though. That entire ninth inning, I was like a roller coaster.
yeah, that was just a great. And on the Padres, Joe Musgrove threw the first no hitter of the MLB season. Hats off to him
Yeah.
as well.
Wasn't the first no hitter in Padres history as well, they say?
I think it was.
Yep. And he's from San Diego. The storyline's just perfect.
Oh yeah, the storyline was amazing.
Absolutely perfect.
And now
Yeah,
they,
the Rangers terribly.
and
Doesn't
now
take
they,
away from it, obviously.
no, I didn't take away from anything. Now they're playing the Dodgers. Fernando Tatis came back with a bang, hitting a home run. I think the Dodgers won at 11-6. There was also a benches clearing brawl in the 10th inning. Someone on the Padres got hit by a pitch. They were talking trash, and benches cleared.
Yeah, it's always fun. We always love brawls. And they play each other I think 17 more times this season. Not including the playoffs, because I'm assuming they're gonna play in the playoffs as well, honestly. I'm ready for it. That was a great game.
Yeah, they're definitely going to play each other in the playoffs. Two of the best teams in the National League, if not in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Now, the Mets got another postponed game, this time with snow. The Mets are supposed to play the Rockies on the 15th, and it got postponed because of snow. I think the Mets got postponed around like 10 games already. I think that's about right. So they got
Yeah,
postponed.
that's just really they're really unlucky.
They got postponed more times than they have games played. And which
Yeah.
sucks was because they started heating up against the Phillies and then another postponed game. So this could cool us down. Hopefully it doesn't, and we keep the momentum going into Colorado and sweep them.
Yeah, Colorado is not the best right now. That should be a pretty free series either way. I mean, tragic. It's really, the Mets are gotten really unlucky this year with the COVID, with the Nationals, and this.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
Just weather's not our friend this year.
Not at all.
I saw these two interesting stats. The last time the Yankees were the worst team in the American
Yeah,
League,
I was about to say that too.
they
The
won
Yankees are terrible.
they won the World Series that year.
Yeah.
And the last time the Mets started their first 5 games as 2-3, they went on to the World Series and they won 2 of them. The one they didn't win was 2015, sadly.
Mm.
But I mean, is this setting up a Subway Series World Series?
No shot. God, I can't see it happening. Like with the Padres and the what's it called, Dodgers. I can't see the Mets going through. Like the Mets are very good, but like the Dodgers and Padres are just so good.
We're gonna have
That's
to
a
face,
problem.
if we make the wild card game, we're gonna have to face
One of them, yeah,
most likely the Padres.
yeah,
But we have Jacob deGrom. I will bet Jacob deGrom is gonna win that game.
hopefully.
He's the best pitcher in baseball, obviously.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pick him. Now we're gonna be healthy because we're gonna have Carrasco back, and we're gonna have Syndergaard, and hopefully Lugo's gonna be back for the playoffs against the Dodgers. I mean, like anything can happen in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And the Braves struggling right now. We might not even play the Padres in the wild card and just win the division, and
Yeah,
probably
it's
play the
possible.
Cardinals, which I think we can beat them.
Yeah.
And then probably the Dodgers in the NLCS or
Yeah.
like whoever.
And we're only 13 games in, but
Oh yeah, we're
I
not
think
a lot of games in, but I'm
yeah,
just
and yeah, and I didn't think it happened, man.
yeah, I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's what you gotta do, right?
yeah,
Gotta believe.
you gotta believe. I mean, Mets, they're probably gonna heat up soon. Braves, they'll probably heat up soon.
Yeah.
Yankees, they'll probably heat up soon as well. All 3 of those teams
Yeah,
will be heating up.
this Yankee team is. I don't even know what to say.
Inconsistent with hitting.
I can't even call it that. They're just like I think that they have a above 4 ERA as a team with people not named Garrett Cole included. So that's really fun because Garrett Cole has been really good.
So,
Besides Garrett Cole, the Yankees have been literally the Mets with run support.
so you're basically the 2019 Mets. I mean the 2020 Mets.
Yeah.
Everyone had like an ERA over like 5 something besides Jacob deGrom,
Yeah.
and they just couldn't bring a person in for their
Yeah.
life. All right.
Yeah, the Yankees have just been so bad recently. I'm not sure what's up with them. I mean, they have these big names, right? That can hit home runs, but they can't hit the ball for the contact.
Yeah. Feels bad, man.
Tough scene. Tough scene.
Yeah, it sucks. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.